They've been packing them in for months. A group many say is the hottest act in Springfield, a band called Big Smith, a name they adopted from their overalls. And they play music you might expect to hear from guys who wear bib overalls. Bluegrass, some country, maybe a little vintage rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
But they also play music you might not expect to hear in a packed bar on a Saturday night.
I am a pilgrim and a stranger.
Somehow, this popular band gets people on their feet dancing by playing gospel music.
Got a home in that yonder city, good Lord, and it's not.
As much as maybe I didn't want to admit it at first, I think it's in me. I think it comes from my family and growing up in this area.
It's Mark Ballou's family. That's Mark on guitar, his brother Jody, and two cousins, Mike and Jay Williamson. They're all in a family that loves picking and singing.
My parents were gospel musicians, and that music certainly rubbed off.
But how does any band get away with playing gospel music in a bar? The answer can be found beginning in a small country church. The Lone Star Church, north of Forsyth. Big Smith has invited family and friends to help record their newest CD. It's a gospel album. Mark Ballou says he's found new life in the music he grew up with.
I discovered a voice, for lack of a better word, I guess. For some reason, I was able to express some of the things that were gnawing at me.
And there's a long history of family here. 16 of Mark Ballou's great-great-grandparents homesteaded in the Ozarks.
My grandparents attended church there quite a bit. It's a great old country church.
So this is one place Big Smith's musical roots can be found, and perhaps helps to explain why they like to play gospel music in bars now. But there's more to this story of an up-and-coming band, a gig most bands wouldn't think of playing. A concert and lesson at a grade school in Springfield.
It kind of grows and evolves, and we add new things, or we'll take little things out. So I like to think of our songs as kind of like plants, and they just keep on blossoming and changing as they go.
That's beautiful.
Oh.
They play this small crowd to pass their music on to a young generation, just as their family did for them.
I've got a 12-inch, 3-speed oscillating fan sitting on the floor in front of the divan. It's been there ever since this heat wave began. Our 12-inch, 3-speed oscillating fan.
The reason that we did this is because people liked it. They liked what we were doing when we played these instruments, and like kind of like the music of our ancestors.
Another gig, this time in Branson, a benefit concert at the Gillioz Theater. They've got families in the Gillioz, and as youngsters, they watch their aunts and uncles on stage here. Now, for the first time, they're performing at a Branson music theater.
There was a point where I stopped what I was doing and decided I was actually going to make a living playing music, come what may.
So back to the question, how can a popular band get away with a few gospel songs in their set? Their fans explain.
They've just got a groovy beat to them, you know. They've got a good way of jamming. They sound good together.
Well, I think it might be a sign of the times. Maybe people are trying to do a little spiritual searching.
Enough people have told me that we're the big thing in Springfield that I believe them at this point. I don't think I expected that to happen.
So Big Smith carries on with the music they grew up with, finding a voice that resonates with their fans.
As a band, we just have to pretty much play what we know and do what comes easy to us, and it seems to be working.